new Minivan position.
As long as I can make a sound, my artistry will be around. Long after I'm in the ground and one person feels what I spit, I have purpose. It was worth it.
We rolling.
Okay.
Minivan Musician, what up though? Episode number 51.
Yeah.
And the first topic we're going to get into right away tonight is one, it was Danielle's idea. I might somewhat agree with it. I don't know. But as most of y'all that watch know, we recently did another Vancation just this past week. Had a great time. We had our 6-year-old and 13-year-old and a baby. My 16-year-old didn't go, but I don't know. Let them know exactly what it is that you have to say.
Fuck kids.
Oh, not literally. Don't. No, I'm just kidding.
Shut up. God,
Don't fuck kids.
Anybody that has kids understands that saying. Like, we love our fucking children more than anything. And we shouldn't even have to say that. Like it's, I gotta prove to you that I love my kids because I'm fucking tired.
Yeah, there's a lot of people out there that are real shitty that don't love their kids.
That's, so what? That's not what I'm saying.
No,
here.
I know.
Like, people get all up in arms when you fucking say shit like that. No, it's, I mean, I knew going into the trip that I probably wouldn't get to relax, like, at all. And I think I did maybe, like, twice, which, fuck it, I'll take it. It was in very beautiful places, so that was nice. But
so
yeah.
Stress is easier to deal with in beautiful places?
Yeah. But, I mean, yeah, you have a 4-month-old. It's a very long drive.
Yeah.
You know, it's a lot of in and out of the car. You know, her in her car seat, it's like you can't get her out very much, you know, when you're driving and stuff like that. She's hungry, she's wet, you know, so that's a lot for her. So as a baby, it's like, you get it. I expected that to be difficult. And it, you know, it could have been a lot worse with her. So, I mean, that was difficult as it was.
Yeah, she was pretty good, like, for a vast majority of the time, actually.
I mean, she had her times when it was hard, but honestly, it was harder when she had her moments that were, like, really shitty. It was only hard for me to deal with because the other two were fucking horrible. Like, I spent most of my time yelling.
Not most of it.
Quite a bit of it. I spent a lot of it yelling.
They get annoying.
They get annoying very fast because they don't behave and they don't listen. And, like, the 6-year-old is freaking a ball of energy that, like, he doesn't get to take out much of his energy enough because, I mean, you know, we're here at home. It's fucking cold out. We're not outside. I have to tend to the baby all day, every day when we're here. So, like, unless he's at school, it's the only time he gets to take out his energy. So he's wanting to play all the time when he's around his older brothers. And when he is around his brothers, he wants to, like, wrestle and fight and stuff. So, like, they get freaking crazy and rough, and someone's always gonna, you know, get hurt. And it's like nobody stops until there's blood or something. I mean, and it's just, it's fucking ridiculous. If you have kids, you already know, like, exactly what I'm talking
basically
about.
What you're saying is fuck having kids on vacation.
There's no such thing as a relaxing time. If you want to have a family trip with some memories, that's great. It's going to be stressful, though. Don't expect to have, like, a relaxing,
don't expect it to feel like a vacation.
rejuvenating time at all if you're taking kids with you. Just don't. And I already figured that anyway. So it's like the good stuff, like, I'm, you know, very happy with.
It's like my boss said, if you go into it with the mindset, this is not for me.
I already knew it was going to be
and you basically
hard.
just think, and I mean, that's the way I put everything together. It's like, it's for everybody else.
Yeah.
My happiness came from being able to sit back at times and go, okay, this worked.
Yeah.
And then I would get my moments that were really good.
I mean, we had some we were in some really cool places. We saw some cool stuff. We went to some cool places. We got good food and different good places and stuff, you know, and the kids did have a really good time. I think they did have a really good time.
They got to have their own hotel room at one point.
Yeah, which was great for us.
Yeah, that was great for us. All we
that
did
was like
sleep,
the last
though.
night.
It's not like, you
know, we didn't get to spend, like, any time being adults because we had the baby in the room.
Adults need to sleep, though.
But I was happy to sleep without them in the room.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, there were parts of it that I really liked, but y'all will see it documented on Vancation video. This is our, what is this, the third one?
Yeah, it's the third one.
Or is it the fourth one?
No, it's the third. We went to
Okay,
Cape
it's the
Cod
third,
one,
yeah.
and then the last one, and now this one.
So yeah, this one gets a little different because there's an extra kid added to it.
Mm-hmm.
There's some bad weather involved.
Yeah, we had some rough rain.
But we made like maybe some life decisions as far as the future, which we kind of already did anyway. But I think that, you know, talking about
more
it,
set in stone.
when the
as
kids
far
were
as
asleep, we talked about
us
it.
making it happen.
Yeah, making things happen
So-
elsewhere outside of Michigan. We really love where we were at there.
Yeah.
So, you know, we had a great Airbnb host.
Oh yeah, that place was beautiful.
We got to know some of the big state parks there and why they're a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
The kids had their little, what do you call it, the Sugar Kingdom thing. and
Oh yeah, the huge
they got
candy store.
the arcade tilt. It was in Maryland.
If you've ever been to Jeepers or like Major Magics, like before, you know, those Major Magics is gone now, but like Jeepers, I think there's still one here at Lakeside. If you ever went to places like that as a kid, it's like those, but it was actually a lot bigger.
It's huge.
Yeah, it's really big.
And the credits on the card, when you put the money in the card, went a long way.
They went a long way, yeah.
Yeah, they're
20
actually
bucks in
pretty
that
dope.
place goes a long way.
I mean, there's the outlet malls were cool. You know,
Yeah.
the hotel rooms are cool. We didn't do the actual vacation thing. We ain't sleep in a van.
No.
But it's still kind of a vacation, though, because of the amount of
we spent
miles.
a lot of time in the van.
1,800 miles.
Yeah.
Which is like almost 30 hours. Almost a whole day of it was driving. Just,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? So, but we got to see, like, what Harper's Ferry's about.
Oh, that was probably my favorite part. Even though the freaking kids were, well, Marissa was the worst there.
At that time, yeah.
She was just really upset.
She just had it at
She
that
was
point.
done. She would not stop crying, and it was raining, but...
So what we
was
suggest,
great.
or I suggest anyway, you'll probably agree, is go ahead and do your family vacation with the kids and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
just don't have expectations.
And make it to where, you know, rather, let's say you plan on 7 days or something, do 5, and then later on in the year, you and your wife or significant other or whatever,
Do a long weekend.
go, yeah, just do a couple days or something.
Yeah.
So I mean, the vacation with the family, you got to look back on it, great memories, like you said, all that good stuff.
Yeah, there's
But
some lessons. Even the kids learned some stuff.
Oh, yeah, they
you
did,
know,
yeah.
Which is good.
Jake did specifically. So
yeah, which I'm happy about that.
but you know, then you have your relaxing one. You
With
know what I'm
no
saying?
Kids.
So yeah, I mean, you know, like
We've never done that.
I enjoyed it,
Yeah.
and part of these trips that we do is a kind of plan future ones, meaning like, okay, well, this place you're gonna want to stay there a couple days.
Yeah.
Like we figured out with Boston, you want to be there like a whole fucking
Boston,
weekend.
you gotta be there for like
you want to
4 or 5
walk,
days
you
almost.
want to like rent a bicycle. You don't want to try to drive.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, Cape Cod, you'd want to spend a lot of time there. The Outer Banks, you do want to spend a lot of time there, and even in Harper's Ferry, you're gonna want to spend like 2 days
Yeah,
if
at
you
least
want to,
a night.
or at least just make sure the weather's good. So, you know what I mean? So we start figuring out like which places are, you know, worth spending a lot of time at. You know, all of that. I had fun with it, but yeah, it was also stressful.
Yeah.
It was nice to get away from work. I still feel like I have a hangover from the vacation,
Yeah.
but we did have a good New Year's though. We rang in the New Year.
We did. We drank some fake wine or some
Yeah,
fake
and we
rosé.
watched that bullshit ball drop thing where the guy's talking to fucking windsock
That
guys.
was embarrassing
depressing,
for
man,
our,
like, really
our
depressing.
nation
So,
as a
like,
whole.
basically, we kind of decided, like always, we're just going to do our own thing, celebrate it, feel the way we feel about it,
Yeah.
talk about it the way we want to, not give a shit how they're doing it on TV or where else. So, yeah, I mean, I think people understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
I mean, there might be a couple of assholes that'll hit the thumbs down.
Whatever, man.
Just
You
like there's always
freaking-
assholes that hit thumbs
You want to
down
act
because...
like you're parent of the year and that you've never been stressed out from your kids on a freaking trip, then you are the biggest liar I've ever met in my
Right.
fucking life, and you must do a lot of drugs to
Right.
keep yourself, like, you know, happy, like everything's fine the whole time, because you're full of shit.
And I mean,
No one can
people would
just...
think like, oh,
be
you
not
know, if you have enough
stressed.
money, you could kind of buy your way into it being less stressful. It's like, no,
It's
man.
still going to be stressful.
Money wasn't an issue
No,
this
'cause
time around. I was totally...
We were straight on money. We weren't worried about money at all the whole time. We had, you know, you got a baby. Like, she's constant. It's like, no matter where you go, that's not going to change.
Yeah, even
you
if you
know.
take the driving time out of it.
So-
Like, let's say we took a plane, a jet,
Yeah.
which you can't really do to that area, but let's just say we did that.
Yeah.
We're still going to have a lot of time in a vehicle or something going from place to place. Unless you're
Right.
just going to sit in a
And
hotel,
then
you could
there's
do that
having
at home.
kids on a plane, too. I mean, that's always weird, you know, especially with a baby.
Oh, it's real scary if there's kids on the plane and snakes on the plane.
Yeah.
All right, so enough about kids on vacation. Don't take kids on vacation.
Don't do it.
Yeah, pay someone else to take them to Disneyland. Fuck them kids. We're just playing, not completely, but just you make sure you do a vacation of your own separately.
Yeah.
Basically what
That's
we're
the
saying.
only way to refresh.
I have to talk about my music. When I'm not talking about it much is probably when I'm doing a lot. January 15th, 1996 will be out, advanced copies. It'll have bonus songs on it. It'll be at donverb.com. The website's basically all good now. So that'll be January 15th. I haven't even said nothing about it. There's not some big lead up to it. Instead, what I'm doing is we'll be running ads starting a couple days from now. And it'll basically be like, you can go get it now. That's what the ad's saying.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's leading into an actual release on March 15th. It'll be everywhere. But the only place you'll be able to get it January 15th is my website. And if a whole lot of people get it and there's a whole lot of talk about it, which would be nice, of course, I'm going to cut it off there. Like, this is just supposed to be for the people who really support me, who are already hip to my shit.
Right.
Give them a little something extra. You know what I'm saying? People that watch Minivan Musician. March 15th would have been my mother's birthday.
Yeah.
So I'm releasing it on that day. It just felt right. It's right after my birthday, actually. And just to kind of start the new year and to give people a little something extra, January 15th is when I'm dropping it. donverb.com. It'll have the Jose Canseco bonus track and probably another bonus track too. But I'm just finishing up the mastering on a couple songs.
March 15th?
That's the actual release. January 15th is the advanced
Okay,
release.
yeah. I was like, did I hear that wrong? And I'm confused. Okay.
No, in a few days or a week,
Yeah.
January 15th, it'll be on my website. But
Right.
March
okay.
15th, it'll be everywhere.
I still can't hear all the way.
This
I
ain't like a
was here.
mixtape. It's an original product, so you know it's going Spotify, all that shit.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's that. So the mastering of it sounds really good. Like I mean, honestly, this is the one I put together where I have absolutely no second thoughts on any of it.
Yeah.
Like, and that's like extremely rare. Like really rare. You haven't even heard me say like, I don't know about this song.
Yeah.
I've said things about like the song order or a video or whatever, but how I promote it. But I haven't said a damn thing like, oh, I don't think I should put this song in there.
No.
So I know this shit is right. So I cut a couple songs from it actually along the way. Just no one noticed. And, you know, I just said a few times here and there this song's gonna be there. But yeah, that's the main release. That's all I'm gonna touch on as far as any of the music stuff I'm doing. I do have a side project. We'll talk about that at a different time. But Flow Face Off, final round.
Or, you know, lyrical lowdown.
Man, fuck that. That just don't sound right. It don't flow as well. It doesn't. And like, I want to explain real quick, because some people are like, how in the fuck did you end up with these two artists at the end?
I don't know. I'm
Look.
just as surprised as you are. That's the whole point.
You know, one thing is, because this is supposed to be completely unbiased, she would be unbiased anyway, but I purposely for a long time picked verses that wouldn't be the ones you knew right off rip.
Yeah. I
So-
mean, there's still quite a few that I did know.
So it may not be like the
you
best
know.
verse. Like, in
Yeah.
other words, you know, when Rakim was in there, one time I had one of his bigger verses, like from Check Out My Melody, something like that.
But it's not like you're putting Follow the Leader in there.
right,
Yeah.
normally I'm putting a one that's a little less known in there.
Yeah.
So that's one thing. And then also, it's totally random. So,
Right, Rakim
you know-
could be up against fucking Lil Peep.
right. I mean, Lil Peep would never win that. But I mean,
no, I'm just saying.
all these artists, even if they're not quote unquote as lyrical, they all are great and have a potential to have an amazing verse. So a lot of times it might be their best verse against that great lyricist 20th best verse.
Yeah.
And then also, you know, normally I'm trying to, you know, it'll be random, but every now and then, just to keep shit entertaining, I'll pick similar verses, like from the same.
That's about like the same topic, or like, you know, similar, like this is a real heartfelt thing, or this is like a drug thing, or like, you know.
And what's
something
interesting
like
about that is, like, your favorite lyrical artist may not write a good love song.
Yeah.
And this guy over here that's decent lyrically but has a good flow, whatever it is,
Yeah.
may write a great song like that. So that's how we get down to the, you know, it's totally random, no favoritism whatsoever. It's just random verses. It's just the lyrics. That's why Drew was like, you should make it lyrical and whatever.
Yeah, 'cause
Flow face off. People
flow
say
face
I'm gonna
off is
spit
just a
a
name.
flow.
Yeah,
They
so
mean a verse.
we're
So
just
like,
talking about the verse, not
right?
the,
That sounds good. So
not
fuck
the
that.
actual
It's an
flow of it.
iteration.
Because he
So-
tries to actually like not get the flow down when he reads it.
That's
so that
another
way
thing.
I can't tell what
Yeah.
rapper it is.
So
by the
I mean,
flow.
it's just lyrical content.
Yeah.
And another thing I wanted to say real quick, and I think I've talked about it before. There's different types of lyrical. There's cerebral lyrical, and then there's like heartfelt, poetic
Content,
lyrical.
yeah.
So a lot of times, yeah, I could take a Lupe Fiasco verse, put it against a Pac verse. Pac probably gonna win that shit.
Right.
You know, on many topics anyway.
Yeah.
So, you know, there's that. But we got Scarface and Beanie left tonight. There's going to be a couple verses that you definitely know, but just rate them on lyrical content.
Yeah.
Try not to hear the beat maybe when I say it, something like that. But this is the final. Last week was supposed to be the final. There's a tie.
Yeah.
So, we all know that Scarface is my greatest of all time. So it's a good thing I ain't
Beans is pretty underrated. It's kind of funny, like how I love Beans, but
I
like,
do too.
I forgot like a lot of the good tracks.
Yeah, people just saying like, "Oh, how'd you end up with
So
them
I always
two?" It's
listen to
like
Scarface
there's a
more.
reason why people say Scarface is the greatest of all time.
Oh yeah.
And there's a reason why people say that if Bean wouldn't have got caught up in some shit,
Oh yeah, he would.
you know what I'm saying, and
Yeah.
the deal got fucked up with Jay and all that, he would be a lot bigger. So,
Yeah.
all right, here we go. Having a problem with my throat here. I was born with a chip on my shoulder. Now that I'm older, mama's talking shit, but I told her, mind your fucking business. I love the girl to death, but I don't want to hear it. Save your fucking breath. I know my time is coming, and I ain't gonna lie. I may be scared of Jason, but I'm not scared to die. So when a brother talks shit and I buck him, shoot him in the head, put me in a box and just say fuck him. Later on that day, I heard gunshots, watching brothers running. Ayo, that brother got shot. Ran to the corner, said, what happened, my brother? He just laid there shaking, bleeding like a motherfucker. God damn, who would let that off to him? Some brothers from your hood. It says a name that they can't make out.
Right.
Get your shit together. We're heading for the village. I think it's time to pay them hoes a little visit. Them brothers don't understand me. It's gonna be a murder. My reason insanity.
4.
4.
Yeah.
All right. Why brothers can't never just play their part? Got to be the first ones that say they talk, say they shared. First ones that say they did. Can't never be they self. Got to play that kid. You know the same young buck you let touch the coke, and now we come up, he want to cut your throat, and you gave him from the block, put him to your neck. Now we giving you a Glock, putting it to your neck. You know that same bitch said don't fuck with him. That brother no good, ain't no trust in him. 2 days later, see her in the truck with him. 2 years later, now that bitch stuck with twins. That brother been broke. Why now she fuck his friends? Got a lap dance in bars and touch them ends. Time uncovered a veil over people's plots and the dumb shit they do to get to the top.
5.
Whew, 5.
Yeah, I like that song.
Damn. So on the lyrical content.
Yeah, I like that. I mean, I like what it's about. It's
Yeah, I think
it's
it was really
it's
good,
very
actually.
like contradictory.
I fucked a few parts up because I was
shit
having a hard time
that
reading it.
I like that because I've seen it so many times.
That was a weak face verse in my opinion. You still gave it a 4, but that was Murder by Reason of Insanity in 1991.
Yeah.
From Mr. Scarface's back. And then I took a very early Beanie track, 2000.
Yeah.
Everybody Want to Be a Star is called.
I like that.
So, alright. Let me see. Make sure these are okay. It's like I got a death wish, but brothers can't kill me. Live my long, these real brothers gotta feel me. The media, they ridicule me. Heartless is how they really feel. Want to prosecute me, tell I'm living in a cell or I rot in hell. Will I die in these streets? Only time will tell. Until then, I pop pills, sip my purple. Spread love, money, and guns throughout my circle. Make the ass out the feds every case I beat. Middle finger to the law, brother, fuck the police. For my brothers over the wall, who they won't let free. And all the soldiers that we lost, may they rest in peace. Tell your mother who's alive, who said crime don't pay. Brother, fuck how you get it, homie, find your way. Young bucks, keep your guns pulled, enemies closer. Smile, look death in his eyes.
5.
5? Damn. Do you know that verse or no?
Yes.
Oh, you do. Okay. I'm not gonna lie, I'm getting scared now. I started burying my classmates. I remember skipping classes in the 8th grade, walking to the Burger King at lunchtime and coming back before the bell rung. But one time, we decided we would spin a ditch the whole day and catch the metro to Sharpstown. I always remember Curtis beatboxing on the back seat, me freestyling. They know every rapper that he bring up to us. K run through us. Man, I miss them old days if one knew us. You knew that we was destined for greatness. Father's Day came, and that's when God set to take him. Too many dying young, no sequel. And I have gone many a sleepless. Every page turns, brings the end, and one day closer. It's on you how you spend it. I know I fumbled that one a little bit.
That's alright. Not, I mean, because I have to, like, one's got to be higher than the other, and I already gave it
Not necessarily. We have another round.
I mean, I would almost, like, tie that, because I really like what he's saying. I relate to it quite a bit.
Yeah, I thought maybe that one you would.
So, the 8th grade shit, that makes me want to cry.
And I do like that every page turn brings the end, and one day closer. It's on you how you spend it.
Yeah, I gotta give that one a 5 too.
Alright, so that's a tie. That was Scarface, One Day Closer from Deeply Rooted Lost Files 2017. So that's the most recent project.
Yeah, I don't know that one.
The Beans one was Dangerous from
Yeah.
2012 this time. So it's like the most recent of each of their shit, basically.
Okay.
Okay, now the last one, tiebreaker basically, or whatever it ends up being, you're going to know the verses. So I'll just say that out. Wait, you know what? Maybe you won't. Okay. Do you want to do the one where you're going to know the verses? Or you want to do one that maybe you don't?
Would it be more fair if I did one that I didn't know?
I don't think it would matter,
No,
honestly.
do the ones I know then, I guess.
Alright, because people, this may decide it, and maybe people want to hear these particular verses.
Okay.
Alright. What you know about solitary, locked down, no commissary, and you wild already, and you just seen your mom get buried. You got drowns coming in all kinds of flurries. What you know about your child in your cell when you're alone at night, or a jailhouse hunger strike, or you sitting in your cell and just zone one night, and you think, damn, I'm never coming home one night. You got 5 years in, never been flown a kite. You hearing grown men moan at night. They got you stuck in the can. White man got you fucking your hand. Your wife on land fucking your man. What you know about no parole? Life in a hole. Life's cold. You be eating them swags. Guards on the night shift. They be beating you bad. The hardest brother turned bitch be sleeping with fags. What you know about getting and shipping balloons? Keep switching positions in the visiting room. Gotta take X-Lax. Hope you did it in time. Gotta shit in your palm just to get it to rhyme. And you talk about your life is this, your life is that, your life ain't shit, your life is whack. Man, you listening to the realest, brother. Close your eyes, motherfuckers. Tell me you don't feel this, brother, the illest, brother.
4.5.
Man, I give that shit a 6. I do. That shit, I really felt. That
Yeah,
shit,
no,
I was going to say, because I've been to jail.
I can feel it,
but you've been to
too.
jail more than me.
Thanks for that. Yeah, for a wrongful fucking. Everyone's like, oh, mine's for a wrongful conviction. No,
I'm innocent. I'm just
well,
playing
the
with you.
first one was.
I'm just
Or
playing
I mean,
with
the
you.
second one was. 8 months for nothing.
I looked at a lot of time before, so like I'm really feeling that. I've had a lot of friends that spent basically their whole life in
Yeah,
prison.
I got people that are in there.
The
Still.
way he put that, and once again, I fucked up a couple things, but I don't think it matters. But just the way he broke everything down in that one verse, it's like, damn, man, like you couldn't have said it better. Is what I'm trying to say. I don't think you could.
For sure.
All right, that's another example of like, you know, not doing a whole bunch of like multi-syllable rhymes and intricate shit. You don't. It would ruin it.
No, it would. It would completely ruin it. You wouldn't be able to feel it if you're trying to like keep up on what the fuck they're saying.
Right.
Let me hear you and feel the sentence before you start.
So that was
on
a
the next
4.5, right?
2 sentences at once. Yeah.
Okay. Imagine life at its full peak, then imagine lying dead in the arms of your enemy. Imagine peace on this earth when there's no grief. Imagine grief on this earth when there's no peace. Everybody's got a different way of ending it. And when your number comes for service and they send it in, now your time has arrived for your final test. I see the fear in your eyes and hear your final breath. How much longer will it be till it's all done? Total darkness, at ease, be it all one. I watch him die, and when he dies, let us celebrate. You took his life, but your memory he'll never take. You'll be headed to another place, and the life you used to live will reflect in your mother's face. 5. You know what that is, right? Yeah. That's I Seen a Man Die. I got chills from it because that album is what made me make albums. I've talked about it on here before. Damn, we didn't even cover it yet for 1996. Oh wait, it was made in like 94. That's why. but still, it's in the same era. But no, seriously, that the Diary is my shit.
That whole album.
It's probably my favorite album ever made. So you had a 4.5 and a 5, 4.5 and a 5, and a tie. So we got a tiebreaker. Oh. Damn, this shit coming down to it, man.
All right.
I don't think you're gonna know these verses.
All right, run it.
Oh yeah, the Beanie one, I mean, was What's Your Life Like? I mean, everybody should know that shit. If you don't, you probably shouldn't be watching our show.
Look it up now.
Okay, this I might fuck up because of the way it copy pastes. It's like one big giant run-on thing like some people do when they type a status. There's no fucking period or no, you know what I'm saying.
Why do y'all rappers do that shit?
Yeah.
Anyway.
Okay, a deeper subject. Titty dances seen in public. Daytime, she's off school, trying to get a degree in something. She's beautiful after all that she's been through. I heard her father used to rape the girl and beat her too. A man, a wife, a kid, a car, dog, and crib. The perfect world if you was outside, you was looking in. Somehow she got the blame. Kicked her out the house in the rain, began to fall, and no one ever thought she'd be the same. Her heart for men was evident, but it was prevalent, because where she worked had dudes that always asking her to come home with them. Ain't looked for love, but fell in love inside a topless club. She met a thug that had the drug, and that's all it was.
Okay. You know what? I kept thinking of The Wire, D'Angelo, and that one chick.
I used that in the docs in the beginning of it.
Yeah. 3.5.
3.5?
Yeah.
Damn. Okay. Dear self, can I talk to you? I've been trying to have this conversation for years, but you won't listen. Damn, are you that plain ignorant? You're so indigent. Please come off that high chair you're sitting in. Before you snatch from it or strap to it, your body used as a conduit. 1,000 volts flow through you. Your life gone over something foolish. Talking to you is so useless. Your head harder than them walls you'll be housed in soon. Before your body's embalmed and you lie in a tomb. Open your ears, eyes, and heart, 'cause that hour soon, and the hour shall cometh when Ishrazel blows his trumpets. The sky shall crack, the stars will plummet, the sun will rise in the west, you'll drown in your own sweat. And when that day shall be, I'll bet I'll see no bravery.
5.
5?
Yeah.
Dear self, can I talk to you? You thought it was that good?
Yeah.
Indignant was what I was trying to say. I said indigent. I was thinking of jail, and when you don't have your...
You get your one envelope.
Yeah, they give you one envelope. They give you
paper and that
shitty ass
fucking pencil that moves around.
Yeah, and the shitty fucking deodorant.
Yeah.
And the little plastic toothbrush that can only be used as a weapon.
The pencil that they're like rubber, the rubber pencil.
Oh, yeah. No, I know exactly. Oh, my God, I can't believe that shit.
The rubber
We
pencil.
just crowned a champion.
All right.
It's unexpected. That was Beanie Sigel with Dear Self, Can I Talk to You from The Solution 2007. Who beat Scarface's Boy Meets Girl from Made in 2007. Beanie Sigel. Beans. Hey, I mean, honestly, the dude's
Gotta
ill.
give him his props, man. He still raps. He's got one fucking lung.
And actually, he still makes good shit when he's on it.
There's a certain track that he made
I think it's
a
like
few years ago. Yeah, I mean, that was good.
I'll tell y'all something. Anybody that says, like, okay, well, you know, Beanie ain't shit, y'all contest is fucked up, whatever, blase speak, whatever. Okay, you, if you rap, or whatever rapper you know, or actually the rapper that you think should win, put him on a track with him and see if Beans either hangs with him or comes off better. On a lot of subject matter, Beanie's going to be better.
Yeah.
And, I mean, if you ask MCs, okay, I'm going to put you on a song with Beanie. You could put, I'm guessing you could take Elzai, you could take Lupe, you could take anybody and say, I'm going to put you on a song with Beanie Sigel. Are you going to have to put some effort into your writing?
Yeah,
Do you feel like you got to bring it? They're all going to say yes. I mean, you know, hey, it is what it is.
I mean,
I love Beans. I like cats that are based in the street. That do
Yeah.
street hop, basically.
I mean, and like we were saying before, like, you know, this, if I were like to actually sit down and put together like a list of, you know, my top 20 or top 10 or whoever, you know, like, this is not, it doesn't reflect like who I would put as my 1 and my 2 or whatever. Like, these people wouldn't even be in my top 5. Scarface would probably be in my top 6. Beans would be maybe my top 12.
Top 6.
Yeah, I'm
Who's
saying,
the 5 ahead of him? I'm just
I
curious.
don't know off the top of my head.
No, you've never told the people.
I don't care. People can fuck off. It's not what I'm talking about right now.
I know, but I'm
just
curious.
saying, like, if I sat down and really thought about it, like, you know, those are like maybes. Like, I don't know for sure if he'd be in my top 6 or not. Like, I probably, but I don't know if I really thought about it.
Yeah, I don't really walk
I'm just
around
saying,
like memorizing who my top 5 is.
You know, I have like my favorite rapper, and like even my favorite rapper wouldn't be my number 1 as like a list of
greatest.
Yeah.
Remember,
you know,
I did a list last year,
Yeah.
and I had my favorite 100
Yeah.
or 50, and then who I thought was the greatest 50.
Right.
You know, and I tried to be unbiased with the greatest one, but I was very biased with the personal
Oh
one.
yeah, I mean, that's what I'm
You
saying.
know.
So like, this was totally, you know, supposed to be like a shock and a surprise. Like, really? Oh my God, they knocked out Tupac or this or that. Like, you know, normally, obviously that wouldn't be the case, but like, that's why this thing was so cool.
Everybody's got good content.
And like, it makes
That's the
you
thing.
like think and see, like, damn, you know, maybe that rapper I've been sleeping on a little bit, and I should actually listen to him more.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping that would happen. I
You
mean,
know.
almost everybody knows Beans, but we do have some younger people.
Oh yeah.
We have some people that aren't really that much into hip hop.
Yeah.
Go check out Beanie Siegel's whole shit.
Yeah.
His whole catalog going all the way back, especially the first joint.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's just some real, like, from the heart street shit.
Yeah, and if you've ever been to jail or prison, or you've got anybody that you really love that's, you know, done time or doing time, Beans is your guy.
I was gonna say you probably already know Beanie
Beans
Siegel's
is
music.
your guy. Listen to that shit.
I mean,
It
in
will
the
get you
street,
through.
I just put it like this, man. I was in the streets when Beanie was probably his most popular. And I'm telling you, you probably heard Beans' first album more than you heard anybody's shit. And that's real. I mean, I'm just being honest. So, the streets don't lie, is all I'm saying. So, bad motherfucker right there. Probably be talked about amongst the greatest if he wouldn't have been locked away for so long.
Yeah.
So, that dude right there, props to you, Beans.
Oh yeah.
Like, I can't
And
wait to hear some more
Scarface.
shit. Oh, of course, it's Scarface. I mean,
I thought that I really thought that Scarface would win. I did.
Me
But
too.
I didn't know the lyrics that were being picked, obviously, you know. So like, going by lyrical content of what I think
yeah.
of those lyrics that were just read to me, that's what I give them, and that's where it's at.
Yeah, and I've noticed I respect your opinion on the verses because I could tell you're really thinking, and kind of like the guys from Nothing Sacred, you're not just getting caught up in that was a good line or whatever. You're looking at it in the
It's about
context
how it
of
makes
like,
me feel and think.
right, you feel it, and then like if it kind of fits together into a topic.
Yeah,
I've noticed you'll grade stuff better that actually,
flows together.
yeah, as a beginning, a middle, and an end,
Yeah.
rather than just a bunch of random good
I mean,
lines
it's
or
just like
whatever.
reading a fucking paragraph, you know, if it all comes together in like your summary at the
So
end.
she's the album listener that all of us
Yeah.
artists want, that actually pays attention to the lyrics and the format and the stories and the progression of
I
everything,
appreciate that shit.
rather than just the like mixtape listener that likes a couple lines that you said
And I
and
like that
probably will
shit
never
too,
listen to you
but,
again.
Like, I'm not, yeah, like I like stuff that's not just a throwaway verse, you know.
I mean, I'm surprised, like with what you usually like. I'm really surprised that Eminem didn't win. I think
He's
we had
funny.
Marshall in here. Yeah, we
He's
did.
fun. Did we?
Yeah, I just can't remember
I
what
can't
knocked
remember
him out.
what verses it were.
I don't know. We might have to go over who knocked out who at what verses at some point. It just
Some of them were real funny. I was
we'll
like, holy
probably
shit,
do a
really?
second one. We'll do a second one, I think, because
Yeah,
people
we
are
should.
actually talking about this.
Yeah.
And
now that
maybe-
they're more aware of like what it is, you know, like maybe they'll be like, okay, like it's not just them like sitting
And
there
maybe
reading
we'll.
lyrics back and forth.
I didn't
It's
start
just-
doing it
it's
as like a
game.
bracket till the end. I mean, maybe we'll somehow like we'll grade, better the seating of it or something or whatever. But congratulations, Beanie. I'm rambling at this point. Now I'm going to talk about how to save the country. Okay, not how to save the country, but as far as the situation goes, with basically half the country feeling disenfranchised, feeling like they got cheated, being downright frightened of possibly a socialist type of movement in the United States, all that kind of stuff. I've been online a lot lately, and I'm basically on the side of the latter. I've been online lately irritated, telling my own people, quote unquote, stop talking online, fucking do something.
Yeah.
And what I meant was like organize, create a movement, protest, do all of these things. At this point, yeah, you've seen a little protesting and stuff like that, but you haven't seen the vitriol behind the situation. You haven't seen progression in it. So I had a proposal, a thought that came to my head where it's like, okay, you got, and on top of all the other things I said, disenfranchised and feeling cheated and possible socialist future, now you're also talking about lockdowns, people losing their businesses, having to start all over again with nothing to start with.
Yeah.
All of these things. It's reminiscent of something. And, you know, people always make jokes like, oh, I laugh every time I hear Civil War because, yeah, good luck against the military or, you know, blah, blah, blah. Well, I don't think it's necessarily a civil war that's the answer. I do think that there's a separation possible, meaning if you really look into what led into the Revolutionary War, you had a lot of people who felt like they were being taxed unfairly. They couldn't run their businesses. So they ran a lot of people don't know this part of it. They ran their businesses at night. Their people who sided with them basically shopped at their places, hung out at their places. They organized. They built an army. They built a society, a shadow society, basically, to escape the tyranny of the British. Mm-hmm. And, you know, under the cover of night, they even stole the weapons that they eventually used in the first battle to win and to set off the war. But the Townsend Acts is what really pushed things into effect. And if you take the Townsend Acts and then you look at some of the stuff that's been imposed this year, you see some parallels. And what I'm saying is maybe it doesn't have to end in a war, but there could be something similar where there's a shadow society, I keep calling it, where very similar, basically what's going on now. There were people who were cutting hair low-key. You almost needed a password.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You had to know somebody. There were bars that were open low-key. You know, I'm saying, you know, if you know anything about the past in this country, only whatever it was, like 100 years ago, the speakeasies. Yeah. You know, a speakeasy, like, you know, you can have bars open. You got to have a password.
Do that shit for after hours. Come
on,
you know how
exactly,
to do it.
exactly.
It's just like fucking running an after hours club.
So, I mean, what you do is you pool your resources. In other words, I'm saying start a community. Mm-hmm. So you've got your bars, your bar people that you fuck with. So you have your way of getting to go out and socialize and stuff like that. Live the way you want to live.
Yeah. All my techno people, y'all know how to do it. Let's do it.
Exactly. It's right there. And I mean, beyond that, not just the stuff you're not allowed to do, but maybe there's certain attorneys that sympathize with this side of things. We get them into the network, and
we got a few.
You get all of your different people, different positions, to actually work together instead of just getting on a post on Facebook agreeing with each other.
Exactly, it does nothing.
It's an echo chamber.
Like,
it's
great.
It's digital echo chamber.
So we all agree with each other. Let's do something then instead of just talking. Because
so shadow society.
Yeah, I mean, what other option do we fucking have?
Because I've noticed the people who are, you know, a little on the right politically and stuff like that, whether they're, you know, extremists or they're kind of more central right, or they're just against things on the left, or they're just an American citizen who's against what's happened over the last 4 years, as far as like the bullshit impeachment, all these things, you know. Where was I going with that? Oh, I've noticed that we all have sort of shared values. It has to do with small businesses. It has to do with you know, a little bit has to do with having a faith in God. It has to do with not indoctrinating kids with socialism at school. Yeah. You know, there's certain values behind how we believe that you should live. And, you know, less censorship, all that kind of stuff. That's the makings of a real community. Right now in the United States, we don't really have a community. We don't, in my opinion, have a true society because there's not like a cultural, there's no cultural signatures, I'll call them. Things that you look at and go, okay, well that's a Greco-Roman blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? Or that's that's an American thing. The only thing we have as an American thing is like capitalism and actually most things people would say would be negative. I'm trying to think of something positive. I don't know, great entertainment or some shit. But we used to say freedom, but I'm kind of And even if we do have full freedom, what I mean by shared values and cultural signature and stuff like that is what I mean is that even if we have full freedom, we don't have a community who embraces each other in the appreciation of we have full freedom.
No.
If anything, you got a bunch of people saying we ain't free enough, a bunch of people saying we're too free, we need to be controlled. You have people saying we're not fucking free, like I'm not allowed to do this or that, I'm not allowed to murder somebody, like whatever the fuck it is they say they're not allowed to do. But I'm just saying that it's a community. You have people who have values. Their family values, small business values. Most people have some kind of religious faith. Don't do the identity politics thing. You know, everybody's equal, all that kind of stuff. So I'm saying build a fucking community. Do something about it. Slowly build a community. I think that it may take a long time, but that community will be so strong, it'll eventually rub off on other people as it goes from underground to the surface, and it will be the future of our country going forward.
Right.
It'll be what, is written about in distant history. So I'm not sure how to start something like that. I'm no fucking leader. It's just an idea. I'm going to run it by a special guest we're having on the show. I wonder what he'll think.
Yeah.
But, I mean, if we just get behind free thinking and truth and expression and everything and kind of all move towards one social media, all move towards operating during these hours where maybe we can live the way we want to live without getting in some sort of trouble. Eventually, and I know this sounds crazy, but okay, so you had our revolutionaries, our forefathers did this, okay? Obviously, that's something that doesn't happen every fucking day. We're not trying to go to a war and shit like that, but look at, like, the Italians. Even though there's a lot of illegal shit involved in that, La Cosa Nostra came in, we want to live this way, here's our code, here's what we do. Basically ran every labor union in the United States.
Yeah.
Built the entire Manhattan fucking skyline, basically. Made hundreds of billions of dollars, if not trillions.
Yeah.
And it was just a group of less than 1,000 Italian guys.
Like-minded people.
Now, their mind was on money and power. You know what I'm saying? You can be a little more righteous with money and power. I mean, honestly, you can.
You don't have to be dirty.
Right, but if you look at the beginnings of any community, it's like... It's not a large amount of people. I mean, obviously the British outnumbered the fuck out of the revolutionaries. You know what I'm saying? So, out of the colonists, I hate that word.
I do too.
Actually, they wouldn't be colonists. They were like anti-colony. Yeah. But anyways, y'all get what the fuck I'm saying. I'm saying let's communicate. Let's communicate mostly in private. You know what I mean?
Yeah, not on Messenger. I
think that we'll know ways to distinguish one another from each other. A lot of it is digital. I mean, I can tell if somebody's really on the same tip, same thought process by looking at them digitally. If I can't see your shit, I ain't fucking talking to you.
Right.
If I can't do an investigation on you.
Yeah.
I'm not saying start something that's totally illegal, but start something that we believe is righteous and...
Yeah, it's for the greater good.
Yeah, and I mean, I would just feel good giving to a business who's a part of this.
Yeah, let's not let each other fucking fall under forever.
And let's not wait till it's like, oh my God, we're going to lose everything if we don't raise $27,000 by tomorrow.
Right.
It's like, shit, fuck. We should have been on top of that before. Now, if we would have known that you're one of us, we would have jumped on it a little quicker.
Yeah.
And I don't just mean like, oh, he's a Trumper, support him. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about somebody that they could believe they could actually be voting the other way.
Mm-hmm.
You know, based on other things. But just that, like, yo, it's getting a little restrictive. I feel like my rights are being stepped on.
Right.
I don't agree with this governor.
My cousin's business is failing.
Right. So, you know, even though I vote left and my governor's left and is the one imposing this,
Yeah.
there's different stuff there. Like, I can support, say, Donald Trump as president, but disagree with if we had a Republican governor that was doing things that were different from what, you see what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, exactly.
Like, Whitmer's going to do some things completely different from a Democratic president.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But y'all get what I'm saying. We need to just do that. We need to support each other. We need to communicate. We need to take a stand. But rather than taking a stand where it's a fight and you're going to a war you ain't ready for, or that maybe isn't even necessary, why don't we just try to build something positive? Worst case scenario, this presidency goes smoothly. 4 years from now, we get somebody that we like. Everything opens up. Let's just say that everyone's fucking saved by some free money that's given to them, or whatever the fuck it is. Worst case scenario is you worked alongside a whole bunch of people that are like-minded towards something positive. You feel like you fucking stood for something.
And you know that that's there then if something really does happen and you need it.
Yes, absolutely. So, I mean, all I'm saying is that there's all kinds of people that are kind of like preppers and shit.
Yeah.
That everybody thought was crazy
too.
until now. But the reason I bring them up, though, is because they are all about pooling the resources of like-minded people.
Yeah.
There's a lot of us that ain't, like, completely preppers, but if, you know, let's say a prepper's willing to go all the way with shit if things come here, right?
Yeah.
Maybe I'm willing to go all the way with shit and go totally left if things are here.
Right.
You know what I
So
mean?
let's
Like,
work together.
yeah, I'm not fully like, oh my God, you know, I'm gonna.
Because I didn't save up all the shit, so I'm gonna need your help. Like,
Right.
I'll help you with this thing.
Yeah, and meanwhile, exactly. And you know what's funny about that? Me and my uncle used to talk about this. What you just said, what you just described, is basically living in a commune.
Right, exactly.
A spread out commune,
Like,
but
you grew the crops. And,
yeah,
you
he used
know,
to say, like, maybe I
chop
grow
the wood
corn,
down for the
and
fire.
yeah, and you have wood, and we make a trade.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's funny because, like, communists or somebody would think that that's the way that they're living, but they're not, because they're having somebody above them divvy it up. In
Yeah.
this situation, nobody's above us.
No.
We're doing it on our own.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And not permanently. Hopefully things, you know, we're just trying to flatten the curve. That's all we're doing. It's like our fucking, you know, see this slant right here? Like, that's the way our business and our lives went with our rights and everything. We're just trying to flatten it to, like, here, right?
Yeah.
So all we need is about 2 weeks where everybody goes out and spreads the virus. And I'm doing it backwards. But no, seriously, we need just a short amount of time to feel some unity and hopefully build something. And that's my idea, is a shadow society, I'll call it.
Yeah.
Not a civil war, not necessarily a revolution, just something positive.
Real underground.
Yeah, the real underground. Somebody said it's like the Underground Railroad. I was like, kind of. But the Underground Railroad is more to escape.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
We're not there yet.
Yeah, I think people throw that terminology around and don't realize what the fuck it was.
Yeah.
No, it's not quite that.
No.
But it is something that needs to be explored.
Very seriously thought about, yeah.
But yeah, next week, we're going to be back with covering an album from 1996. My project will be out. I'm sure we'll go over something political. May have a special guest. Who fucking knows? You see what I'm saying? We script this kind of as we go. Hopefully I'll have the Vancation video done too.
Yeah.
Hopefully I'll have $10 billion. You know what I'm saying? You never fucking know.
Yeah, shit. I still ain't got my stimulus.
Yeah, where the fuck is the stimulus? Where's the unemployment?
Oh,
You know
shit.
what I'm saying?
Motherfuckers, damn.
Don't make me put a mask on and come in. Oh, shit. Anyway, I guess that's all we got to say tonight.
Yeah,
Gotta go
we
get my
gotta
fucking haircut, man. It's just wild.
Y'all's haircuts before they close.
It's like back during the lockdown, man.
We
Wait,
got-
can we get haircuts?
Yes.
Okay, I'm just making sure. Can't go eat in a restaurant, though.
No.
There's
that's
like 700 people at
unsafe.
Detroit Beach Pizza, but they're all in the parking lot waiting on the fucking food.
That's-
And when you look
yeah.
into the line, it's so long.
That
But
place
they're
is
distancing.
tiny, dude.
It's tiny, so it's like they're wrapped around and shit. And it's
I'm
like,
glad
dude.
they're keeping business because they're really good and
They
they're
are.
small, family owned.
I think that's why they're getting
So
supported
I'm
like
glad
that.
that they're keeping.
But damn, I ain't trying to
business.
wait no 2 hours on a fucking pizza
Oh,
or whatever,
no,
man.
no,
I'm good
no.
on that.
Mm-mm.
I would just give them the money. I've done that a couple times. I've just given money to people. Like, rather than visiting their business, I just act like I ate there.
Yeah.
Like, I gave the money to Family Funland. Like, you know, I intended on going there too today, but
Yeah, we
I
didn't
gave
have
them money,
time,
just
but
like, here,
we're gonna
have
go
this
in
money.
a couple days.
You know, but yeah. Anyways, I guess we covered everything we need to do. Politics, fucking Vancation,
Beanie
Flow Face
Sigel.
Off, my releases, King Beanie. I'm gonna have to make a little graphic where it's got I'll get that parquet crown or whatever it was, put it on his head, even though there's a chick that wore it, but still it's dope. Imperial maybe? Some kind of butter. Anyways, on that note, I say peace.